If I do something I regret, I think sometimes you need a bad experience to teach you a good lesson, because that's something my photography teacher at college told me. I never step on 3 drains in a row because my first boyfriend told me it was bad luck. I write my Y's with a straight line because that's what my Spanish teacher in high school did, and I thought it looked cool. Me and my mom always talk in TV show references. I always meow back at cats because that's what my sister does. I never leave one cookie alone in a packet because my dad tells me it'll be lonely. We're a mosaic of little traits we pick up from all the people in our lives. But it's important to spend time alone to notice your own little traits and habits and nuances, because they're the real parts of us that make us ourselves. Good morning, I'm drinking a love flavoured tea today because today and tomorrow I'm going to be taking myself on a little 2-day date with myself. I've been off uni for the last couple of weeks for the Easter holidays, which normally I kind of need like breaks from uni as like a little social battery recharge, because I'm just such a massive introvert that after like a couple months of socialising non-stop every day at uni, I kind of need a couple weeks to just kind of reset and like hibernate by myself for a couple weeks. But this time I've spent the first week and a half again non-stop socialising. I went to go stay at my sister's for like a week, during which obviously hung out with her every day, met up with a bunch of friends, and it's all been like really fun. I'm actually like still not that massively drained, but equally I know that I'm not going to be able to then just like go straight back into another month of uni with like no break from socialising. And so I've only really got today and tomorrow left to be by myself pretty much, because my sister's coming home this weekend and we're gonna go see like family and everything, and then I'm back at uni. So today and tomorrow is basically my last chance to be alone for like the foreseeable future, so I want to make the most of it. And so I'm basically just gonna spend the next couple days doing all the things that I love. So I'm the type of person where I can never really relax, because I always just feel guilty, like I'm wasting time, and like I need to make sure that everything else in my life is caught up with before I can like properly sit down and relax. But obviously there's always something else to be doing, there's always something new being added to the to-do list, and so that time never really comes, which I don't really mind because I like working, but it gets to a point where I just get so burnt out and just overwork myself so much that I just physically can't do anything anymore. And so my only real rest days aren't even rest days, it's just a couple days a month maybe where I just sit really uncomfortably at my desk, just like trying to force myself to work, and then suddenly it's 10 PM and I haven't done anything productive, but I also haven't rested either. So like right now I've got a ton of work that I need to do, and normally I would just be like, you know what, I'm gonna hammer it all out as fast as I can, even if that takes like a couple weeks. Like I'm just gonna get everything done as fast as possible, non-stop working until it's all done, and then I can relax. Obviously by the time that everything's finished and that time comes, I've got an entirely new to-do list, and so the relaxing bit never really comes and just gets pushed off forever. There is some stuff I do like genuinely need to do right now, like a couple of videos I need to edit for people that I have like actual deadlines for that I can't really push off right now. But other things like, you know, my uni assessments and some like, you know, secret projects that I'm working on, they're things that are gonna like take a lot of time, but I can push off at least for a couple of days, as much as it pains me to say, because I want to just like do it right now. The things that I do need to do right now though, like the videos that I need to edit before I can like properly relax, I'm at least going to make enjoyable in their own sense. So instead of just like editing in bed until like 3 AM in disgusting 3-day-old pajamas and like dirty dishes surrounding me, I'm actually going to, you know, do my makeup, put on a cute outfit and go edit at a cafe or the library if it's open, or both, because you know what, I can do whatever I want today.
Please ignore my restless face, cause it's so hard to keep it all together.
Literally chose the worst day for this and the worst outfit, not dressed for the weather right now, but I've got a jump in my bag, it's okay. I've got 2 videos that I need to edit today, and so I'm gonna try to get everything done at the cafe or library or wherever I end up going, and then when I get home then we can just do fun things. Okay, let's go.
It's okay to meet me at the front line. I've got cold feet, winter drives me wild.
Everything urgent that I need to do is done, kind of. The videos are finished, I just need to send them off when I get home, because the Wi-Fi doesn't have library. The Wi-Fi doesn't have library, yes. The library doesn't have Wi-Fi, and if it does, then I don't think I've ever checked actually, it probably does, but anyway. I need to do that when I get home, and then we're done, and we can just spend the rest of the day and tomorrow doing just all the things that I love. I tried to still got my earphones in. I was gonna go to a cafe, but the cafe that I like, that I normally go to, is closed for some reason. I don't know why, because it should be, but apparently not. There's like 1 or 2 other cafes, but I don't really like those, and I don't want to like go for the sake of going, you know what I mean? So instead I'm just gonna go home and Where the hell are my keys? So instead I'm just gonna go home and make myself a cup of tea, and that's even better because then I can get in my pajamas and cuddle cats at the same time. I really wanted to get that book, but I didn't end up taking it out because ironically I'm too busy to read it, even though that's kind of the point. It's literally mindfulness for busy people. So maybe I should have got it, but I'll get it next time I go. This is today's jewelry making outfit, and I don't want to hear a word about it. I'm also aware that everyone's probably sick of hearing me talk about beads by now, but the obsession is still going strong and I don't see it going away anytime soon, so might as well just get used to it. And from this new obsession, I've realised that having a hobby is actually like so important. Like I didn't really realise, but like having something that is just a hobby with like no other intentions is like a very necessary thing in life, because like there are many things that I enjoy and that I think of as being hobbies. For example, making videos, like I enjoy them, so I think of them as hobbies, but like technically it is my job as well. Like literally this video, like the whole point of this video was supposed to be me doing things that I enjoy and not working, but because I filmed it, even though I've been doing all the things that I enjoy, it's felt like work and I still haven't fully being able to relax, you know what I mean? Like literally even when I'm trying not to work, I still find a way to work. What is actually wrong with me is a problem. And so it's nice having something that is purely just a hobby that I just completely do for the fun of it. Saying that, basically completely contradicting myself, I have decided that I'm going to start selling some of the stuff that I make on Depop because some of you guys asked for it, but I'm not going to let it turn into a job. Because at first when I started thinking about selling it, I was thinking, oh, I can turn it into like almost a small business type thing where I do like personalized bracelets and necklaces and whatever, which like I would love to do, but it would turn it into something it's not, you know. Suddenly it wouldn't be a hobby that I do for fun and as like a creative kind of thing. It would suddenly be like something that I had to do that I'd have to think of as like a chore, and like I wouldn't have creative freedom over it because I'd have to like make it the way that the customer wanted, you know. So instead I'm just gonna make whatever I feel inspired to make whenever I have time to do it, and put them on my Depop just as and when I have one to sell. So go follow me on there if you do want to buy something. Again, not sure how many there's gonna be, not sure how often I'll be posting them on there, just like keep checking every few days I guess. Good morning. I'm going shopping today because, I mean, kind of just because I need to go get my train pass sorted out for when I go back to uni, but also because all of my makeup has run out at the same time, which is really annoying because that means I'm going to end up spending so much money, but I'm at least going to find the silver lining in it and make the most of it and not just like replace everything. Like I don't just want to like buy the same products over again. I want to actually like test out different products and actually like see if I can find some new stuff instead of just like buying the same thing over again, because that feels like more of a waste, you know. I'm actually going to go and like try out different products and like try get new stuff that I haven't tried before to at least make it like kind of fun. But first, before we do that, we're gonna make some cornflake buns. Why? Because I feel like it. Honestly, the main reason is literally just because we have had these star cupcake cases for like ever, and I've wanted to use them for so long because they're so cute, and so we're gonna use them today. And also because I've still got some mini eggs from Easter, so wait, I don't actually like know how to make them. Am I being stupid? Okay, a little bit, but there is more ingredients than just chocolate and cornflakes. I'm not that stupid. Okay, do we even have cornflakes? Yes we do. Okay, that was about to be a disaster. Okay, and to make this more interesting for you guys to watch, I'm going to answer some questions while we do this, because I put a community post out asking for questions literally like 3 weeks ago and then forgot to use them, so I'm going to answer some of those today. I'm not going to be able to answer that many because this apparently only takes like 5 minutes to make, so I didn't plan this through very well, but we'll see what we can do. Literally 3 ingredients and I still managed to get something. 4 years ago, I was very obsessed with being a real-life manic pixie dream girl, a star girl if you will. I spent every day trying to romanticize my life and make myself as attractive through quirky traits as I could. Do you think you've ever experienced this? If you have, what has that been like? Absolutely. I have been through many phases of that. Most prominently was in like 2021, like that whole year I basically was exactly that. In fact, that's kind of like why I made that first main character video. It was kind of like I was actually behind the scenes doing so bad mentally that I was like trying to overcompensate by like trying to make my life look as perfect on the outside as possible, just to like hide how depressed I was on the inside. Like in the weeks or months leading up to that video, I was just like a mess. All of my days were exactly the same and I just had no motivation for anything. And like all the things that I was doing in that video, like I obviously genuinely did do those things. It wasn't like this act that I was putting up, but it was like I did those things. I, you know, redecorated my room and I started a photo album and all that kind of stuff, all because they were just sort of like temporary fixes to like just sort of like boost my mental health for like a day, a few hours, you know. And like I'm not even saying that's like a bad thing. Like if you are not doing great mentally, then those kinds of things, you know, sometimes a temporary fix is kind of all you need. Morrissey, literally you know. Sometimes a temporary fix is kind of as much as you need, just to like feel a bit better for a few hours. Like that's kind of as much as you can ask for sometimes. But I guess what I've realized is that you can't just like rely on those things to completely like 180 your mental health, which, you know, it might sound like common sense, but like I didn't even realize that I did it until like recently, because obviously I've kind of like started doing all that stuff again, and that's kind of like my whole thing now, I guess. But I guess like the difference between then and now is that now I am doing good mentally. I'm probably like in the best mental state that I've probably ever been in my life, at least since I was like a child. Like I don't need those sort of like activity, like superficial kind of things to feel positive about my life. They're sort of just like there to enhance those things, if that makes sense. Like I can have like a boring week where I'm literally just like working the whole time, and like I can still find ways to like romanticize that because I enjoy that in its own way. Whereas before it was like I could only have a positive attitude if I was like doing those fun things, you know? So I'm like rambling, I don't even know what I'm saying at this point, but I guess my point is that if you are like not doing great mentally, then use those kind of like main character activity kind of things as like a boost to like make you, I don't know, feel better for a little bit of time, just if you need that, or enough to just sort of like motivate you to fix your mental health in other ways. I'm not a therapist, I'm not gonna go into that, but like basically work on yourself and your mental health as well as just like relying on those things to do it for you. And if you are doing great, then use these things as just like a fun thing to like enhance your life. I literally forgot what the question was to begin with, but that was my answer. Anyway, next question. Hang on, let me put this in the microwave first. God, I think I burned the chocolate. Literally one job, like can you eat, how can you mess up Easter nests? Like that is like the kind of thing you learn in like year 3, so good to see that that's the level that we've achieved. How do you cope with the pressure of having the perfect life or constantly romanticizing it? I mean, to be honest, it's not even a pressure to begin with. It's not like this, I don't know, act that I have to put up for the camera. Is just kind of like how I see my life anyway. It's like if you said to the tallest man in the world, like, how do you cope with the pressure of being the tallest man in the world? It's like, he's gonna be tall whether he's known for it or not, you know what I mean? And like the whole thing of like having the perfect life, that is so wild to me. But like genuinely, people comment all the time on my TikToks, my YouTube videos saying like, oh, there's a ginger cat outside. They didn't say that, but they'll say like, oh my god, I would kill to have your life. Like, don't get me wrong, like I'm very happy with my life and I'm very grateful for my life, but it's nothing special. Like I live at home with my parents, I spend half my life on trains going to and from uni, and the other half I spend working. Like, you're not missing out. But I mean, it goes to show like the power of romanticizing your life, that even an average uneventful life like mine can literally seem like the perfect life with the right perspective.
What are you doing, sorry?
Making Easter nests.
Oh, look at you.
How do you balance uni, work and logic with life romanticizing and creativeness? I mean, like, romanticizing my life, I hate saying that. Like, it literally makes me cringe every time. It's like the word influencer. I literally hate it. But anyway, it's not like something that I do. It's not like something that takes any more time out of my day. It's just me living my life the way that I normally would be, just with a positive mindset. It's like, if you've seen the movie About Time, which if you haven't, you should, because it's incredible. But it's basically about this guy who can like time travel and like go back in time and like change things that didn't like go the way he wanted them to and everything. Skip to this time stamp if you don't want to hear spoilers, but the basically point is, at the end of the film, he says that eventually he got to a point where he stopped changing the past. The only way that he would use his time traveling abilities was he would like live his day once normally, and you know, his life would suck and you know, things would go wrong and he'd get annoyed and whatever, and just like live the day from that kind of perspective. And then at the end of the day, he would go back to the start of the day and he would just relive the day, not changing anything, just reliving it. And you know, the same things would go wrong, but this time he'd view everything from like a positive mindset, until eventually he stopped going back in time altogether because he would just live his life that way to begin with. And so moral is that unless there are any time travelers watching, most of us at least only get to live life once and only get to experience each day once. And so each day you can either choose to live it the first negative pessimistic way, or you can live it the positive happy romanticized way. Which one are you gonna choose? Okay, so I'm about to leave and I just checked and realized that my student loan has just come through, like my last like payment of student loan for the year. So I am basically balling now. Let's go spend my entire student loan on makeup.
same when I'm on my own. Uptown, on the road, I've been around the floor. Rooftops, sliding doors, just wanna know you.
I am back. My sister is also back now, so my time alone has officially come to an end. We're also going to a family meal in like an hour, which is why I'm wearing a different outfit. So my date with myself is now over, but I will show you everything that I bought. Got dry shampoo, very exciting. I got a new foundation. I've never tried this one before. It is the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop Full Coverage Foundation. I only tried it on the back of my hand, but from that brief test, it actually seems pretty good, so we'll see how that goes. I also got the Maybelline concealer, the one with like the sponge tip kind of thing that everyone has literally been over for like 10 years. But I like wanted this forever, like when everyone was like raving about it in like 2015. I was always so jealous because I wanted to use it, but it was too expensive, so I finally got it. I don't really use concealer, so I don't really know why I wasted money on this, but maybe I'll love it. Maybe it'll be worth all of my 12-year-old dreams. Next, I got the Revolution Translucent Baking Powder. I normally use the Revolution Banana Light Powder mixed with the Bed 9 Neutral Set Powder because this one is like a little bit too dark and too yellow, but then obviously this powder is literally like straight up white, and so I normally mix those together to get basically this shade, so I just bought a pot of this one. Next, I got a mascara. This is actually the same mascara that I already use, but I don't know, there wasn't any others that were like really speaking to me, and like this one's pretty good and it's literally only like a $5. It's the Revolution Big Lash XL Volume Mascara. I don't know, I just like the wand of this one, so I didn't want to like get a different one for the sake of it, you know. None of the others were calling out to me, so I just got another one of these. I also got the Soap and Glory Brow Archery. What the hell is this called? Soap and Glory Enhancing Brow Pencil and Tint. This is so good. I literally didn't even know this existed until I went to go stay at my sister's last week, and I forgot to bring all of my brow stuff. So I borrowed this from my sister and it is so good, especially the like tint end. It's like literally drawing your eyebrows on with a felt tip pen. It's so good. I also bought this NYX Line Loud Lip Pencil. That's tongue twister. It's just this like, I'm sick of describing makeup. It's this color. It's in the shade Goal Crusher if anyone cares. And then also I've apparently like won something. I have no idea why, but when I was paying, then she gave me this and said that I've won some kind of a big beauty giveaway, so I'm gonna see what I've won right now. Wow, I've won a £2 Boots coupon. Honestly, I'll take it. Anyway, and then last but not least, obviously it wouldn't be a date without flowers, so I got myself some red roses because no one else is gonna do it for me except my mum, because she technically paid for these against her will, so thanks mum. So there we go, that concludes my date with myself. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for spending it with me, even though that's kind of an oxymoron, but anyway, I hope this has inspired you to take yourself on a date and spend a day doing all the things that you love and just make the most of your alone time. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one.
Don't you